Good morning. What's up? It's a really nice strong morning here after the Trump win in the elections. Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting. I did put a bet on Robinhood contracts for Trump. Bought some Trump Robinhood contracts. Those looked like they were profitable. I should have put in more though. Should have put in more. I think it was obvious, more obvious than I thought. I had a feeling I had a feeling Trump was going to win, and the betting market odds were in favor of Trump, and they just got more and more in favor of Trump as the day went on. So, but I'll take a nice little green day, extra green day here for yesterday for buying some Trump contracts. DJT DJT is quite a wild one here. So this down in here in September, this was when Kamala started her campaign, and it was pretty strong. It was pretty strong campaign in the beginning, but then once the initial sort of hype kind of died off, Trump started rising in the polls, and that's when, yeah, right around September, I was eyeing this at $12. I saw it at $12, and I didn't pull the trigger, and then it just grinded up really, really fast, actually, from about $11 to $12, all the way up to $55. All the way up to $55. Had some profit taking here down to $29, $28. A really good dip opportunity to hold for the bet for the election. And even you didn't even need to hold this into the election. You could have just, if you were unsure, you could have sold this yesterday for a very nice gain. Nice bounce here from 28 all the way up to 40. Massive move there. Massive move just pretty much in 24 hours. And then if you wanted to bet on the election, this was really the election bet here for a last minute bet. Still would have been green, but not by a lot. Unless you somehow timed this in the after hours or late day yesterday, and then timed it this morning right around $47, or if you got up really early up at 50 plus. But I mean, this wasn't even the best trade. The best trade was just to trade the volatility that this was providing from the elections. Do I think it's going to break this area here? This is very strong resistance at 56, 57. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this is going to be a pump at the open? If any day it's going to pump, it's probably going to be today, right? So, do we squeeze out these levels on DJT, or is it now the sell the news? Trump has won the election. Is it now a sell the news event where we only see profit taking, maybe shorts taking a position on a company that has very, very bad fundamentals? And something like this, if you look at the earnings and their books, it's just they're an unprofitable company. They're bleeding cash. It's not a good company in the financials, and it's likely worth it's nothing not worth $47 a share, $45 a share. So I think eventually over time this is going to fade back down to 15, 20 area again, but it may even be lower. But does a huge spike happen before that? Do we get a spike through these levels here at 56, 57 up into the 60s or 70s? Does that happen before the backside? Is the question. I'm sure a lot of traders are looking at that. Trump might have to sell. Trump might have to sell. I don't even think I don't know. I don't know how many shares he's got. If he's got insider ownership, or is he, or you mean sell the company? He could sell the company, right? I don't know if he needs to get out of it. Tesla had a nice pop too. Here from the election, you know, Elon Musk is has a close relationship with Trump, so this is as expected. A nice little bump here, and Tesla breaking over, you know, this nice resistance area. Bitcoin as well. Trump has previously had some good talking points on Bitcoin and wanted to win the support of the Bitcoin community. So I'm not surprised that Bitcoin is up as well on the Trump win. Maybe this triggers the move here on Bitcoin up to 100,000. I think Bitcoin, not financial advice, is eventually going to get to that 100K mark. I think it's bound to happen eventually. But of course, you know, what's the path to get there? Is it straight up from here? Or do we do, you know, a bunch of gymnastics where we pull back, you know, stopping out and then ripping back up and then, you know, finally making the move? The target price, it's easy to have a target price, but it's hard to time the move, as we all know. But does this trigger a bull market? You know, does a Trump win trigger the bull market? Even the overall market responding very well. Small caps probably, you know, we can take a look at small caps. But yeah, SPY is back up all-time highs overnight, right? Is that all-time highs? Yeah, all-time highs overnight at 590 on SPY. I know 600's a pretty big level as well, just psychologically, 600. So do we continue the bull market under Trump? So as far as small caps, our leading gapper here is up 165%. SONN, Sonnet Biotherapeutics. Looks like they announced issuance of U.S. patent coverage into their 2 drug candidates. Yeah, so, you know, issues a patent of their 2 drugs that they have. And then there's a bunch of words that I have no idea what is. The IL-18 receptor, the inhibitory IL-18 binding protein. Interesting. Yeah, I have no idea what any of that means. But all I know is, you know, patent news tends to be pretty good. So far, market's responding very well. From 4 up to 14 or 13. Definitely seems like a small float. You can tell because the range is massive. The range is massive because the supply is tight. Supply is small. So SONN 640K float with news. This one's going to be volatile. It's going to have probably a wide spread. But this one will be in play today. DATS. Second leading gapper up 112%. This one here looks like at 4 a.m. had a massive move here from 2 to 547. 2 to 547. Dat chat. Why are we up on Dat chat? Dat chat. Yeah, there's no news here on Dat chat, on DATS. No news, but round trip here from 2 to 547, back down to 2, and bouncing, massive bounce here, back up to 446. crazy bounce, now consolidating in this level. I can get rid of these trend lines here. Wow, Thinkorswim's very, very slow there. It's probably Thinkorswim now. I've already said this before, but before TD Ameritrade probably upgraded their systems to account for higher volatility, higher volume markets because of the COVID market. But now since they just sold the Charles Schwab, I feel like everything is back now to like where Thinkorswim can't even handle a market like this where there's a slightly more volume in the market. Thinkorswim's like slower than it should be. There's definitely a lot more volume in the market today. So hopefully Thinkorswim doesn't act up like it tends to do on these hotter markets. Or higher volume markets, I should say. So yeah, DATS, no news, gapping. Yeah, maybe we see something on it. Maybe we can see something on it. There's volume. The float looks pretty small. Let's see the float. Did I have any lag on TOS yesterday? No, I did not have any lag on TOS yesterday. 2.8 million shares on DATS for the float. FOXO also in play. FOXO. This one, penny stock. We've no penny stocks have been in play past couple of days. No news on this one, maybe. Let's see here. No, I don't see anything. I don't know. Do you guys see any news on FOXO? I don't see any news. 12 million share float, FOXO, but it is a penny stock. Napoleon says this was laggy. What type of computer do you have? How much RAM do you have? DAT's moving up a little bit. $16 RAM. Yeah, that's about what I got. I like SONN for the range. It's got such a massive range here. Dollars a share, just in the range for like $2 a share range here. But it's gonna be tough to manage your risk. Literally maybe a $3 range here. But the spread is it's not bad. It's definitely gonna open up at the open. The spread's gonna open up from the volatility, but right now it's showing about 10 cents, which is fine for a $10 stock. But once it starts to get to 30, 40, 50 cents on the spread with a $10 stock, it's really hard to manage your risk. If you're sending market orders, you could be taking a loss pretty much right when you get in. Have to watch your size on SONN, yes. Yesterday I had a rookie mistake. I was trading a penny stock on penny stock size. I thought I was trading a penny stock at penny stock size, but I was really trading an $8 stock yesterday. I caught it early before the loss got really big, but it was a mistake, and those losses, if for some reason they hurt even more. It's like, man, like I just wasn't paying attention. That's my fault. Those are rough, but it wasn't that big, and it could have definitely been a lot worse. That's a rookie mistake. That's something like that. Something like that can blow up your account. If I was taking 10K size, 5K size on a penny stock, but really on an $8 stock, you know, if I just mistimed it and there's a $1 flash or 50-cent flash, you know, that's a massive loss just from a mistake like that. Yeah, and it happened because my focus was starting to die down a little bit, but I kept trading. But my mental energy was tapped out. And I probably caused the mistake that I made. So once you're tapped out of mental capital, you know, is it really worth still trading? Especially until yesterday wasn't that hot. SONN breaking out of this range. Can we hold and continue through 13? Here it goes. 1260, 1250. Nice. There was a slight micro dip after it tested 13. That could have been a good entry for to sell over 13, but you had to be quick. Here, the dip. Could be good to get in here. Let's take a little warm-up trade here, see if I get filled under 12. Nah, I'm not going to get filled. It is holding, though. Yeah. I feel like it should have bounced already. It should have bounced, and it should have bounced all the way up to like over 50 already. Your YouTube is awesome. More videos would be bigly appreciated. Yeah, I think I'm going to get more active on the YouTube. I mean, I've been doing these live streams, but I should be doing some more videos, like regular videos. Dipping down again here under 12. I don't know. Like I said, it should have bounced already. This could be a bull trap. It's taking a long time. It's the right idea, though. Under 12 for it to bounce back over 12. The trade did happen, but it really should have bounced over 50 if it was strong. Yeah, now if we break this area, there might be selling pressure from up here, fueling the move down, back down to 10. Just got to be careful. Are you the new Ross Cameron? I'm definitely not the new Ross Cameron. That man's a god. That man is a god. I learned a lot from him, though. Learned a lot from him. He got me started in the small caps. Actually, I started with Tim Sykes. But I was just using him for alerts. Like, I was just buying the alerts. And of course, I blew up my account doing that. But yeah, I was just like didn't really take trading seriously when I was under Tim Sykes. Did learn a lot though, the basics. But then once I found Ross Cameron, I didn't take his course, but I didn't take the course, only his free material on YouTube. Once I found him, I found profitability pretty shortly after. But now MMU is kind of more so about micro scalping, which is actually a little different than what Ross Cameron does. So if you're interested in micro scalping, you can check that out with MMU with the link in the description. But yeah, that's got the full A to Z course with micro scalping small caps. Ross Cameron's is a little bit different. I think his course may be outdated, because a lot of the setups are not working anymore for him, like the setups that he teaches. Like he'll teach the 1 minute candle to make a new high. You know, we're teaching a lot of times, like we're selling the 1 minute candle to make a new high. And like his course was made like what, 10 years ago? Like it's starting to get outdated. The edge is starting. That's what we call like edge decay. Like his strategies aren't not the same anymore. And what he's trading is not what he's trading, what he's teaching. Yeah, I hope not for your sake. He did get a slap on the wrist for $2 million from the SEC. Yeah, I learned from Sykes, but Ross Cameron seems to be your style. Yeah, definitely more Ross Cameron, but yeah, like I said, like I don't think he's trading the same way that he teaches anymore. I think a lot has changed in the market. But yeah, I did never take his course, so I guess I can't really verify that 100%, but just from observing his YouTube, it's different. It's different than it was, 4 or 5 years ago when I was watching. How do you think S1? Yeah, it is looking a little weak now, Chad. Yeah, MMU is great. It is great. Recent S1? Oh, okay. S1's initial registration of new securities. Yeah, they're just filing the securities that they issued. Is this a recent IPO? Let's take a look. Yeah, so the S1. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to affect it, but do your own research. So you're gonna have 5 minutes as you guys tuning in your own training. Make sure you drop that like, subscribe if you're new. Could not change the color of the volume like on your chart. Yeah, I think that's a custom script. So you gotta find that. Just Google it and you'll be able to find it. Oh yeah, here it is. October 2024, S1 offering in progress. Yeah, who knows? I mean, it could. It definitely could if they announce it. But I'll still trade it. I'll trade the technicals if it's in play, given good opportunity. I'm not an investor, so I probably won't be holding long enough to even see the offering happen. So I likely won't get caught in it. Let's see here. If DJT rips over 55, I'm going to want to look for a short eventually. I think the long trade is done for me as far as risk to reward. Because this could be the high. Like we may not see over 55. And this could just kind of just slowly bleed out just based on the fundamentals of the company. I don't know the chances of this spiking, but I know that's 100%, almost 100% chance is this is coming right back down to, 20s at some point. So I'm better off just waiting for good risk to reward on the short level. I'm hoping maybe to get into 60s and just kind of holding that, maybe with the stop at like 75. And then holding that. I could be holding that for a week, 2 weeks, until it starts bleeding out, as it's bleeding out. There is a earnings release on Friday for DJT, so I think that will also contribute to a nice sell-off. So if you're holding DJT, I would consider, if I was in that position, I would consider selling before Friday at latest, before the earnings, or on Friday before the earnings, because the earnings is not going to be good. This company is just bleeding money. Of course, it's hard to borrow. Is it hard to borrow? I was shorting it yesterday. Just scalping short, though. Any thoughts on scalping DJT? Nah, I'm not interested in DJT right now. All right, so good luck. 1 minute. Good luck. Follow your rules. Follow your risk management. You can end up on top. And I'll catch you guys later. All right.